Good day, this is Harrison Bolai for here, Carib-Sport. For those of you who have been sending any comments, thank you very much for your kind words. Please feel free and remember to like, share, subscribe, that kind of stuff. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell all your friends. Share it with your friends. Okay. Well, Defense Force has been drawn against the Philadelphia Union. It was always going to be a tough opponent, no matter who it was. Once you go outside of the Caribbean, the level of competition does rise, and the MLS clubs are pretty decent. I think Union's budget for a year is probably all of the TTPFL's budget for the year multiplied by 10 and with something left over. This is not an easy game for Defense Force. It's like chalk and cheese. And as we say, chalk and cheese, let's take a little look at Philadelphia Union. These are just some of the players, mind you. Okay, you got the Jamaican captain and goalkeeper, Andre Blake. You've got Ivan I can't say it now, boy. Glavinovic. I can't see it because I don't have on my damn glasses. Ivan Glavinovic, he's an Argentine national under 23 defender on loan from New Old Boys. You've got Jovan Lukic, who's a midfielder and ex-Croat youth player. Olivia Mbaizo, he's a defender for the Cameroon national team. Tai Baribo, forward for the Israel national team. Jesus Bueno, he's a defensive midfielder, pardon me, former Venezuelan national youth and senior player. Nathan Harriel, defender for the USA national team. Indiana Vasilev, midfielder for the United States national team. Um, you've got Danley Jean-Jacques, midfielder for the Haitian national team. Quinn Sullivan, offensive midfielder for the United States national team. All right, these are just a handful of players I plucked out of Wikipedia who are presently on the side. Their coach is Bradley Carnell. He's a former South African international. He played professionally in Germany, and he's a former assistant coach for the New York Red Bulls and Canada. And then, of course, you got us, Defense Force. Before I get to that, their stadium in Philadelphia is Subaru Park with a capacity of 18,500 people. As you know, if you know anything about the MLS teams, by Caribbean standards, their setup is pretty decent, pretty professional. And as you can see on paper, a pretty decent side Philadelphia Union. They won the Eastern Conference in 2025. And some degree of pedigree. Defense Force, well, their talisman is going to be Kevin Molino, not the player he once was, but for Trinidad and Defense Force in the last 2 years, he's been in the mix, assisting with goals, scoring goals. He's constantly in the mix. And he can also offer something in defense. And a lot is going to be depend on Kevin Molino. And I'm sure the Americans know this, and they're going to be given it special attention during the game. Other decent players, you got Shaq Bertrand, you got Sadu, you got Rivaldo Coriat. Shaq, for me, a player I've championed in the past, in mid-30s, still fast, can still dribble. His finishing has let him down this season so far. Defense Force, I think they got a game in hand, but they're about 4th or 5th in the table. But still, the only undefeated team in the TTPFL. So you only got a handful of decent players on the Defense Force team, and by Trinidad standards, good team. By Caribbean standards, decent team. But as I said, this is Concacaf now. The Concacaf Champions Cup is a different kettle of fish. It's a higher level of competition, and you could see the comparison I just made there between the two teams. In the olden days, Defense Force would have had about 7 national players on the side, and they would have been competitive. Those were the olden days. This for me is a great chance for goalkeeper Isaiah Williams to show what he's got. Defense Force has 2 national goalkeepers. I believe, forget the man name is, Bigot and St. Hilaire. Bigot and St. Hilaire. And he has managed to supersede these 2 goalkeepers and become the first string goalkeeper for Defense Force. And he has done a fine job. He's really done a wonderful job between the uprights. He's a youngster under 23 years of age, tall, and really doing a great job between the uprights. And how do I say this? He's going to get tested. He's going to have a lot of work to do against Philadelphia. And it's a chance for him to show people what he's got. And it's a chance for all the Defense Force players to show the world at large what they got on a much bigger stage, and perhaps maybe entice someone to offer them a contract or trials abroad. And for Isaiah Williams, this is a chance for him. The drawback for Defense Force, because I believe they need to pump up the side, beef it up. The drawback for them is that they can only access players within Trinidad. You notice they never take a foreigner. I believe it's because they're a state team. So that is a drawback. So at the end of December, early January, usually this is a time where they sell players and so on, and perhaps they can get players on loan. And I'm looking at players. I would say they need 5 or 6 players to beef up this side. And it would have to be the local guys in Trinidad or local guys abroad who can come home. And just some names off the top of my head, Real Gil, who's with Club Sando, Jeremiah Vidal, who's with Presence, TJ Cadiz, playing a really decent job as striker for 1976 Phoenix, and a decent young right back, Jordan Ferdinand for Movo Caledonia. These are some wonderful players who could be from this side, make it a bit more competitive. It's not going to be easy for Defence Force. As I said, in the olden days when Defence Force competed in this tournament, they would have about 6, 7 national players easily, and playing year round like a professional team, they used to be able to handle their business. Those days are gone, and the Trinidad clubs just don't have the budgets that the Americans presently have. So this is not going to be easy for Defence Force. Do I have anything else to add? Just checking my notes. Nope. Looking like I finished. All right. Yeah, so I'm done. So it's not going to be an easy job for Defence Force. I really hope they get some players on loan or during the loan window, on loan, yeah, or during the purchase window at the end of the year. I get about 5 or 6 players. It's a lot. It's a lot. I know it's a lot. But as I said, look at how Defense Force has struggled with Caribbean opposition. If they want to have an impact on Concacaf, which I'm sure they do because Defense Force takes their football seriously, they're going to have to make some major changes. Loan is good. Loan, you're not really purchasing, and the players get a chance to showcase themselves, maybe go abroad. It's also a chance to make some money. We don't get this level of football often in Trinidad and Tobago, and I see probably 2 to 5 thousand people showing up for this match at, I guess, the National Stadium. You may remember some years back, maybe 15 years or so, maybe a little less. One of the teams in Trinidad, I believe, was Central playing against Los Angeles, which was David Beckham's team. LA had already qualified for the next rounds, so they sent down a second 11 to Trinidad with no Beckham, but 5,000 people showed up for that match because of the draw, because of the marketing and branding of Los Angeles. So hopefully Philadelphia Union, the football fans have a chance to access a higher level of football and watch Defense Force against one of the better teams in CONCACAF. So here, wishing them the best. Really hope they can get some extra players to beef up the side. God bless Defense Force. God bless the TTPFL, which has up to now has not shown us any results of the TTPFL whenever there's a game in the last month. And God bless this fellow on the screen, me.